Now we'll take a look at the bylaws. Bylaws Section 2 covers membership and identifies the categories of membership, provides for how dues are established, states the dues increases must be approved by 2/3 majority of voting members of the board, and that no member with dues in arrears shall be entitled to receive member benefits until such arrears are paid, and it establishes disciplinary frameworks. Bylaws Section 3 covers officers and directors and establishes the positions and responsibilities of the officers and the formation of the executive committee. It also includes the approval of the strategic plan, which sets the direction of the association, and it holds the CEO accountable for implementation of that plan. This bylaw also covers the appointment of the CEO and calls meetings of the associations in addition to the annual meeting. It establishes the number of directors, selection, term of offices, and how vacancies are filled. Nomination and election requirements are in the bylaws, Section 4. This is also the bylaw which states that the CEO is an ex officio member of the board without voting rights. Bylaws Section 5 references all meetings of the association. This states that all meetings are open except for the awards committee and nominating committee. Other committees of the board can go into executive session to consider confidential proposals, evaluate performance of individuals, and/or to consider disciplinary action. No motion can be made or approved within executive session. This bylaw also states there shall be an annual conference and an annual meeting of the membership. Section 6 discusses the board of directors and states that certain actions requires a 2/3 majority of all voting members in order to establish or revise policy. It sets dues and fees, how to amend the bylaws, ratify that proper procedures for adoption of a standard have been followed, reverse or modify any disciplinary action enacted by the policy committee, how to remove an officer or director for cause, how to postpone or cancel the annual conference, or appoint the CEO. Under no circumstances shall the board delegate responsibility on these matters to the executive committee. Section 8 defines a quorum as 11 of its voting members. Section 9 states that no board member can be represented at a meeting by another nor vote in absentia. Bylaw 14 covers our parliamentary procedures and states that all meetings of the association shall be conducted in accordance with the latest edition of Robert's Rules of Orders, unless otherwise stated in the pertinent operating manuals. Bylaw 15 simply states that the next fiscal year begins July 1st and ends on June 30th of the following year. Some responsibilities of the Board of Directors include setting the policy and oversight of disciplinary action, establishing special committees, establishing the number and geographic boundaries of areas, approving the establishment of association areas, regions, and sections awards as recommended by the awards committee, approving operating manuals reviewed by the policy committee, selecting the time and place for the annual conference or postponing or abandoning it, and approval of the association budget. Additional responsibilities of the board include authorizing opening of bank accounts, selecting the audit firm, and any borrowing of money, hiring the CEO, who is the one and only employee of the board. They make judgment on behalf of the CEO in the event that the CEO is incapacitated, and in the case of such incapacitation, the board may appoint an interim CEO until, in their view, the CEO can fulfill the duties of the position or until a new CEO is appointed. Like the other governing documents, I highly encourage you to read through your copy of the bylaws. This is your guidebook as to how to be a good member of the Board of Directors and provides you the information you need to make good decisions for NACE International.